feel like you're almost lethargic a lot of times. Well, today I want to talk about the benefits of fermented foods and how they can help to restore a lot of your energy, your gut microbiome, and just uplift you because now you've got a great healthy balance of both good and bad bacteria in your gut. Sorry about the plane going overhead. You guys know I am out in the park. Our scripture today comes out of Proverbs 18 and 20. It says, through a man's mouth, his stomach shall be filled. And so, one of the things that I want to talk to you about is about fermentation and how we can actually ferment our own vegetables. I mean, if you eat meat, there are certain things you can do in terms of, doing that as well. But I try and focus on just vegetables because in certain herbs too, you can ferment them. But I want to talk to you about that today because the benefits are just amazing. And so our scripture really ties into that because it talks about through a man's stomach he shall be filled. One of the things that we have to be mindful of is what we're filling our stomach with. Is it going to be beneficial? Is it not going to be beneficial? Because these are important questions that we have to make sure that it's going to agree with us. And fermentation across the board, let me tell you about the health benefits. I mean, fermented foods can actually benefit your digestion, help to break down those carbs, and also with your microbiome, of course. It helps to really, balance out. It almost acts like a probiotic, or prebiotic because of your gut microbiome. You want it to remain balanced. And if you have too much bad and not enough good, there's going to be an imbalance. And that can cause us to feel sluggish. It can cause us to feel like, we're almost going backwards. We have no energy. So, another great benefit is the nutrients in the actual vegetables. So, say for instance, I've actually done fermenting garlic with honey. It is amazing. It takes the pungency out of the garlic, but it also gives you a twofold weapon, actually. Say for instance, if you feel like your throat's bothering you or something, you take a couple of those, just chew them up after they've been fermented, and I'm telling you, it kicks out every type of viral bacterial that's in your system. So the nutrients in the actual vegetable, let's say for instance carrots, um, it actually increases the benefits. It increases the B vitamins. It increases the mineral in absorption to your body. So fermentation is just a great way to add some more benefits to your gut, and our guts are like the main, you know, it's just like the main area. I know we talk about this being our brain, but the gut really is the first brain because if that's off, then your entire body's going to be off. You're going to be feeling sluggish. You're going to be feeling like, you don't have energy. And you just know that something is just not right in your gut. Even another benefit is just the ability to really correct some of the things that are already going on in your gut that are really off already. And so, say for instance, you're having a problem, for instance, moving your bowels. It can actually help to regulate that and get you right back on track, increase your energy. The vitamin efficiency in the fermented vegetables can actually work so many wonders in your body. So I just wanted to jump on and give you guys some tips on how to really increase the benefits of fermentation and get them in your diet. Because when we don't have fermented foods, we do start to feel some of that imbalance in our gut and our microbiome, which affects our hormone balance. It affects our cognition. That's another great benefit of fermented vegetables specifically, is that it gives you a greater ability for concentration. It just opens up your ability to really think clearer. You don't have this brain fog that is wreaking havoc among a lot of people now because there's so much in the atmosphere. We're inundated by things being sprayed in the air, in the food supply, in the water supply, and in our environment and what we're putting on our body. So we have to do our due diligence to really do our part to make sure that we are putting in our bodies what we need to be putting in our bodies. And fermented foods, I can't tell you, the benefits of fermented foods are just amazing. And so I hope that you're going to try some fermented foods, and I hope that you're going to really give it a try. I hear people say, "Oh, I want to try something new. I don't know if I'm going to like it." Try it. I'm telling you. And it actually tastes very like tangy. And here's another tip. Fermentation occurs not with vinegar. When you use vinegar for fermentation, you're actually pickling it. You're not fermenting it, because fermentation actually is the breakdown of the salt. You actually use salt instead of vinegar. You don't use vinegar. Vinegar, like I said, is more pickling and preserving, whereas fermentation is you're trying to get the bacteria to form in whatever it is that you're fermenting so that you can get that benefit in your gut. And so be careful, because some places say that their products, if you buy them, are fermented, but in actuality they're not. They're pickled. But you'll notice, because if it doesn't have that healthy bacteria in it, then it is not fermentation. It is a pickling. And so I wanted to leave you guys with that, because today I'm actually going to try for the first time. I usually purchase it, but I started thinking about it. I said, you know what? Let me try and make it myself, because I cook all my own food anyway. And that, I think, I wanted to mention, too, because we got to get back to preparing our own food. That's the only way we're going to know what's in it. I get it. I get it. People don't have time. It's time consuming. Make time, because if you don't take care of your body, no one else is going to take care of your body. You don't know nowadays what you're eating. You don't know nowadays what you're drinking. And so let's do our due diligence to really make sure that we are first adding fermented foods. Remember our scripture in Proverbs 18 and 20 that really talks about what we put in our mouth through our fills our stomach. But when we do our due diligence to really make sure that we're adding those beneficial fermented foods into our gut, I'm telling you, you'll be surprised. Your levels of energy are going to increase. You're going to notice a difference in your gut. You're going to notice a difference right away, and give it some time. And I'm telling you, the taste is out of this world. So I'm going to try today to ferment my own. I'm going to start with carrots, because I love carrots and they're so beneficial in so many ways. The beta carotene in them is excellent. So I'm going to start my own fermentation today. Sorry, there was a mosquito on me. Today. And so I'll show you some pictures of my fermentation journey. And listen, guys, I hope that you have an amazing, safe weekend. And I'll see you back here next week. Ciao.